welcome to Benno Television News at 7. My name is Mercy Upa. The headlines. Benno State Government to establish Bureau of Homeland Security. Federal Emergency Management rescues 4 persons from a rubble of collapsed building in Abuja, and on the foreign scene, court acquits a former Pakistani Prime Minister of unlawful marriage. We would like to inform you that immediately after this bulletin, we will be broadcasting the live Zoom meeting between the Secretary to the Government of the Federation SGF, George Akume, and Benno citizens in the diaspora. Please stay tuned. Benno State government is to establish a Bureau of Homeland Security as part of efforts to fight insecurity in the state. Chief Security Officer of the state, Governor Hyacinth Alia, made this known at Government House Makurdi while briefing the media after a state security meeting. According to the governor, represented by his deputy, Dr. Sam Moody, the bureau that is to be headed by a director general appointed by his office will coordinate the affairs and information sharing between governments and security agencies within the state to enable immediate and quick response to security issues. Correspondent Emmanuel Akula completes the story.
The Benue State government says it is not resting until security of lives and property is guaranteed in the state. In some of the resolutions reached at the state security meeting that lasted for over 5 hours, the council resolves that in furtherance of the state government's efforts to find lasting peace in the state, all security agencies in the state should work in synergy to effectively combat crimes and all forms of criminality within the state. The council equally resolves to invite National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) as a member of the Security Council, as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) representatives were also invited to be part of the Security Council.
That the multiplicity of illegal checkpoints should be stopped within the states, except for those at strategic areas, and that all the security operatives should be at each point instead of operating separately.
On the attacks recently experienced in Okum local government area, the Security Council resolves to continue with the curfew in the entire Sankara Federal constituency of the state, with a further resolve to place a ban on protest in the entire axis until further notice.
Council, after thorough deliberation on the extent of the destruction of government and private properties in Okum local government area of the state, and the urgent need to restore peace, Council resolved to set up a judicial commission of inquiry to look into the situation.
It reminds residents of the state to note that the Benue State law against marching ground within the state is still effective and operational, saying that the law will soon be gazetted and made available to members of the public. Council equally agrees that the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism should organize sensitization programs to inform people of the state about the dangers of using illicit drugs and the need to stop human trafficking.
That officially, the Benue State Security Council, which holds quarterly, will now from time to time hold on a monthly basis and at such shorter periods as Council may deem necessary.
On the issue of human trafficking, Zona Commander, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, Makurdi Zona Office, Mrs. Gloria Bai, says the Benue girls that were trafficked to Ivory Coast have been brought back to the state and are currently in rehabilitation. According to her, the lady who took them there, in the guise of getting a job for them, has been arrested and will soon be charged to court. Mrs. Bai, who commends the efforts of the Benue State government for ensuring return of the girls, advises parents, guardians, and job seekers to always be on the watch out in order to safeguard against issues of trafficking. She adds that the agency is going tough on human traffickers with the aim of putting an end to the ugly practice. And on the issue of allocation of plots to federal government agencies in the state to erect structures, Council resolves to carry out extensive consultations on the matter in order to give equal treatment to the agencies as regards processing fees for certificate of occupancy and auxiliary charges. Emmanuel Akula, Benno Television News, Makurdi.
Thank you, Emmanuel Akula, for bringing us that update. A one-week capacity development training for engineering staff under the Benue State government has ended with a charge to actively step down knowledge gained in the discharge their duties going forward. The one-week training was organized by the Ministry of Works, Housing and Urban Development in Makurdi. Correspondent Frank Kalashima tells us more.
The Benue State government is to re-establish the Agency for Roads Maintenance, which is an offshoot of the ministry, known to be divisional engineers' offices are cut across the state in the areas of Makurdi, Boko, Vandekia, Kasna Ala, Otukpo, Aliede, Okpoga, and Oju. Declaring the program closed, Commissioner of the Ministry Tiza Imojime says the new development is expected to complement the efforts of the ministry. He assures that more of such training workshops will be conducted to give attention towards improving its workings. Tiza Imojime charges the trainees to be proactive in the discharge of duties henceforth, to improve themselves from the outcome of the training as is expected by the sponsors.
I've already spoken with the Attorney General, and we are looking at the paperwork to probably come up with a bill. You know, it's an agency. It was passed through assembly and all. So the Attorney General is already working on a bill to be taken to the assembly to see how best or how fast that can also come to life. So I think this program alone has brought a lot of things to life.
Covering Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Anas Uchia, says the ministry has much work to do in order to rebuild Benue of our dreams, while charging the participants to put more efforts and expertise in their work. Uchia acknowledges government's efforts at ensuring that engineers are well equipped.
I know that after this, you will utilize this program seriously. But here today, you have acquired a reasonable knowledge to go and utilize it. And we are just starting. You are the pillar of Benue State. Because without roads or anything, you cannot go anywhere. And wherever you go, especially Urukum side, everybody is grabbing for you.
Coordinator of the program and CEO Makurdi Business School MBS, Engineer Felix Atumeng, proposes the recreation of divisional units for engineers for roads maintenance in the state to oversee maintenance issues. Engineer Atume acknowledges the contributions of Benue State Government Ministry and participants.
The workshop has exposed the engineers of the Ministry of Works to modern ways of managing projects. I'm appealing that the Benue State government should establish the Benue Road Maintenance Agency, BENROMA, to take charge of the maintenance of these roads. If we don't have maintenance strategies in place, we may not get value for money. I keep on repeating. Honorable Commissioner, from these 5 days, I have also realized that you need more engineers.
Director, Civil Engineering Department Tifa Wombo pledges unwavering commitment of the staff to ensure the ministry delivers at all levels on the objectives of ministry and by extension Governor Alia's administration. Certificates are presented to participants amidst goodwill messages by the trainees from different departments. Franka Lanshima, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
A non-governmental organization, Julie Brahma Women and Children Initiative, Juwashi, has continued to sustain its campaign to foster peaceful coexistence among communities in Benue State. In a special event, the campaign tagged Jua Queen of Peace featured drama and beauty contests to spread its message. Correspondent Matthew Ikulona was at Government Girls College in Makurdi to cover the event. Here's his report.
This non-governmental organization aims to instill the values of peace and harmony in young minds, adhering to the adage, catch them young. The program coordinator, Angela Daudu, emphasizes the event's objective to educate the youth on the kind of behavior necessary for maintaining a peaceful society. Daudu urges parents to ensure the proper upbringing of their children.
They should learn conflict resolution skills. That is one of the objectives which has been achieved through their drama presentation, through their dancing presentation and their creativity. All they did was to promote peace, to learn skill acquisition, to learn conflict resolution skills. So I will advise them to go back to their house in the quest for looking for daily living. They should not forget the fact that they have to inculcate good morals into these children, such that they will not like it if their children or their wards are being bullied by other students. So it starts with them from the house. You don't want your child to be bullied. Teach them love instead of violence.
Students from the school get the opportunity to learn new things and understand how to avoid bad company, drug abuse, and bullying while advocating for good behavior among their fellow students in the state.
My advice to my younger ones out there is no matter what people must have done to hurt you, no matter the situation, no matter how difficult it is, we know we are human beings. People hurt us, but the ability to forgive is very important.
To maintain peace within themselves, to foster dialogue, help in community service, which can help in peaceful coexistence between each other.
It's good to be united and you also have the love of one in your heart, and also stop fighting, stop quarreling, because it won't take us anywhere. So we should be united among each other, and we should also promote love.
My message to JOASI is that they should continue their good work. Like the program they have set up here is very educating, and it will help everyone, and it will also impact and inculcate good moral values to people, and it also teaches students of how to resolve peace among one another.
The 12 contestants for the JOASI Queen of Peace showcase their different skills as they march to the podium, ranging from beat, cap, music, and dancing. Highlights of the contest is the crowning of the winner of the beauty contest.
Thank you for today's occasion. Thank you for making me the Queen of Peace. My advice to them is they should keep on, they should improve, and I pray that their society grows very well.
The organizers say the grand finale of JOASI Queen of Peace Beauty Contest will take place in October, coincide with International Day of the Girl Child. Matthew Ikulono, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Benue Television News at 7 will now go for a brief break. When we return, we'll bring you updates from other parts of Nigeria. Please stay with us.
Benue Fashion Show Season 3 is here.
It's that time of the year for fashion designers, entrepreneurs, and fashion enthusiasts to shine.
This year, sale of forms for the competition begins from 15th April to 19th July 2024.
Pick a form at Benue Television, located at Special Duties Wing, Government House, Makurdi. Form costs 5,000 naira only.
Stage 1 screening begins on the 6th July 2024. Great prizes await you.
The first prize, 1 million naira. Second prize, 500,000 naira. And third prize, 300,000 naira. All prizes are inclusive of cash and fashion tools. Also, consolation prizes and gift items.
For sponsorship, partnership, and inquiries, please call Benue TV Marketing on 0906 188 9838 or 0703 794 5569.
Benue Fashion Show,
embracing fusion fashion.
Wife of the President, Oluremi Tinubu, has expressed sadness over the death of students and teachers in a school building collapse in Jos Plateau State. Mrs. Tinubu, in a statement issued on Saturday by her spokesperson, Bukola Kokui, sympathized with the people of Plateau, especially Governor Caleb Mutfwang and the bereaved families. She expressed sadness over the loss of school children whom she said have a promising future. Benue Television reports no fewer than 22 people have been confirmed dead and 132 injured in the school building collapse. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has visited the collapsed structure at a Saints Academy Jos North local government area of the state with an on-the-spot assessment. Governor Mutfwang, who ordered the immediate closure of the school on Saturday, commiserated with the family of the deceased children, promising that the state government would bear the cost of the treatment of the injured students. He said the government will set up a committee to investigate the incident. He revealed that anyone found culpable will face the wrath of the law. The Plateau State governor berated public officials who have failed to supervise and ensure that all buildings are built in the right places and with the right materials. He prayed God grants parents of the deceased the fortitude to bear the loss and the injured quick recovery. Governor Mutfwang commended the efforts of all stakeholders in the rescue mission, urging citizens to always obey rules and regulations to save lives. 4 persons have been rescued alive from the rubble of a collapsed 2-story building in Kubwa, Bari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Acting Director, Federal Emergency Management Department, Florence Wenegime, disclosed this in a statement on Saturday. She stated that the FCT Emergency Management Department was notified of the incident by passerbys at about 6:45 a.m. She said 2 of the rescued victims have been taken to the Kubwa General Hospital, while efforts are ongoing to search for any other person that may be trapped in the collapsed building. Onegime noted that the collapsed building contained 45 self-contained apartments, which were previously used as a hotel before they were converted for residential purposes. She appealed to developers to follow building codes strictly and avoid the use of substandard materials. We'll go for a break. When we return, we'll be joining the foreign scene for more updates. Please stay with us.
Benue Fashion Show Season 3 is here.
It's that time of the year for fashion designers, entrepreneurs, and fashion enthusiasts to shine.
This year, sale of forms for the competition begins from 15th April to 19th July 2024.
Pick a form at Benue Television, located at Special Duties Wing, Government House, Makudi. Form costs 5,000 naira only.
Stage 1 screening begins on the 6th of July 2024. Great prizes await you.
The first prize, 1 million naira. Second prize, 500,000 naira. And third prize, 300,000 naira. All prizes are inclusive of cash and fashion tools. Also, consolation prizes and gift items.
For sponsorship, partnership, and inquiries, please call Benue TV Marketing on 0906 188 9838 or 0703 794 5569.
Benue Fashion Show,
embracing fusion fashion.
Welcome back from that break. You're still watching Benue Television News at 7. On the foreign scene, Independent Policing Oversight Authority (IPOE) in Kenya has said it is investigating whether there was any police involvement following the discovery of 9 mutilated bodies in an abandoned quarry at Mukuru, a collection of slums south of Nairobi. The Kenyan police watchdog stated that at least 96 persons were dumped less than 100 meters from the Quarry police station south of the Kenyan capital. Inspector General of Police Japhet Kume resigned over the crackdown and deaths. According to analysts, Kenyan police is under intense scrutiny after dozens of people were killed during anti-government demonstrations last month, with riot groups accusing officers of using excessive force. The IPOA said that due to the location of the dumping sites and the widespread allegations of police involvement in unlawful arrests and abductions, the agency was undertaking preliminary inquiries to establish whether there was any police involvement. It also called on the police to take immediate and hastened forensic investigations to identify the bodies. A court in Pakistan has acquitted former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife on charges of unlawful marriage. Khan and his wife, Bashra Khan, also known as Bushra Bibi, were sentenced to 7 years in prison days before Pakistan's election in February. In June, a court rejected their plea to have the February ruling suspended. But on Saturday, an Islamabad court said the appeals of both Imran Khan and Bushra Bibi are accepted. Khan remains behind bars as the court this week cancelled his bail over accusations that he incited riots by his supporters in May 2023. An anti-terrorism court in Lahore this week approved Khan's arrest in a case related to last year's riots. The court refused to grant him bail as the investigation into this alleged role in the unrest continues, despite the fact that it was behind bars at the time. The marriage case was filed in 2023 by Bibi's former husband, Kawar Manikar, alleging that his divorced wife did not observe the necessary 3-month break required under Islamic law before marrying Khan. Earlier this month, the United Nations panel of experts found Khan's detention arbitrary, saying it had no legal basis and appears to have been intended to disqualify him from running for political office. Candidates loyal to Khan won most seats in the general election, but were kept from government by an alliance of military-backed rival parties. Khan served as Prime Minister from 2018 to 2022 when he was removed by a non-confidence vote after falling out with the military establishment, which wields huge influence over civilian politics. 5 people linked to one of Ukadu's biggest criminal gangs have been jailed for the murder of presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio last year. Villavicencio, a member of the country's National Assembly, was shot dead as he left a campaign rally in the capital Quito last August. Alleged leaders of the Los Olivos gang, Carlos Aguilo and Laura Castella, were sentenced to 34 years and 8 months in prison for directing the attack. 2 men and a woman were handed 12-year sentences by the court in Gutu for aiding a hit squad in the attack. Prosecutors allege that Aguilo, widely known as the Invincible, ordered the attack from Quito prison in which he is detained. He denied the charges, claiming he was being made a scapegoat. More than 70 people gave evidence during the trial, including a key witness who said the gang had been offered more than $200,000 to kill Villavicencio, a crusading anti-corruption activist. Villavicencio had been one of the few candidates to allege links between organized crime and government officials in Ecuador. Report reaching us has it that the earlier announced live Zoom between the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, SGF, George Akume, and Benue citizens in the diaspora has been postponed to tomorrow, Sunday, July 14th, 2024, time 7 p.m. Please plan to stay with Benue Television as this event will be broadcasted live for all of you to view. But before we go, here's a recap of the main stories. Benue State Government to establish Bureau of Homeland Security. Federal Emergency Management rescues 4 persons from rubble of collapsed building in Abuja. Court acquits former Pakistani Prime Minister of unlawful marriage. My name is Mercy Upa. Thank you for watching. Good night.